Perfect.
Jurgen, the official good morning, how are you?
Thank you, good. You?
I'm not bad at all, thank you. Can I just check, I mean obviously a huge game coming up on Sunday, how is everybody physically I guess and mentally, because it's going to be a big test?
When I met them last time, so they were on a good moment, they were good. And I assume that's still the case. So physically should be fine, mentally should be fine. We won the last game, so why shouldn't we? Yeah, I would say nothing to moan about.
Injury-wise, anybody likely to rip again? No problems from midweek?
We had little nicks in there. Across the hand. No, it should be. The last, how I said, the last message I got, and it's now early. I didn't see them this morning, and a lot of things can happen overnight. But yesterday evening, they were all fine, apart from the players who are out, Thiago and Luis Diaz.
Nobody likely to return from that group?
Joe is obviously, I think, closer, but not close enough.
It's a huge game, not just in England, but globally. Have you got to try and focus very much on the fact that you're after that top 4 position and take the emotion and the adrenaline out of the occasion for your players, or is that something you have to feed on?
Yeah, without emotions it would be a sad event, to be honest. I don't think we should try that. Why should we? But it's always about football, and in football you need emotions, but you need all your other skills as well. And so it's not our first derby. Maybe for 1 or 2 players, but even for them it's not a first derby. Maybe just against United. So no, we are okay, and I always was always looking forward to this game. It's the game. United is quite a big club as well, and so always when we face them, it's massive. And in the last few years, we did quite well, but we know that they are so far play a much better season than us. But that means nothing. How we all experienced in the last 3 years when we played better seasons than Man United. That doesn't mean you just win the game. It just means you have more points. But that's not relevant for this game. It's just that you make sure that you are really ready for it, and that's what we try to be.
They're chasing the 4 trophies, which of course you were doing at the same time last season. Does that help you or hinder you?
How could that help or hinder? I don't know.
Their approach, they're obviously, they come off the back of...
I'm not sure that they really do that. But I know the situation that you constantly get asked for it. It's you just want to focus on the next game, and that's in their case they won the League Cup final, which is a wonderful feeling. But then you realize you have no time to celebrate. You play pretty much a few days later, so you have to be ready again and again and again. No, that's nothing to do with us. How I said, they do really well this year, and they are where they are. They turned into a result machine. They squeeze results out. They have really good performances, top football, and if it's not going that well, they still get results. So that's why you are there. They are fully. Everybody knows it. They are fully in the fight for winning the league. But again, not really important for tomorrow, for Sunday, because we are there as well, and we try to be at our best.
But finally, from me, can I just ask you about your role in a lovely little story after the game in midweek involving Trent and the young fan and his shirt? I think you spotted the young fan in the crowd and directed Trent in his direction. Just shows you that nice bond between players and the sport.
Yeah, it shows, but I would like to make a massive story of it. But the thing is, that's not the first time things like this happen. It's just the first time probably that the camera was on us. So boys very often give shirts to specific supporters, and how it is in life when 10 want the shirt and you have only one, then you make 9 people very unhappy and 1 person very happy, and that's unfortunately our life in a lot of moments. This time I heard about it, that somebody spotted it, but that's not the first time. I don't know how often I showed Mo. And because his name is quite frequently, somebody pulls it up. It all depends to your own mood, to be honest, that you see these kind of things. After we lost the game, I don't think I ever did something like that, because you just are with your thoughts somewhere else. But when you won a game and you feel good, then eyes are flying, and then you can see these kind of things, and you tell, in this case now Trent, who would have done it if he'd seen it as himself. definitely, and so that's why a really normal thing, and I saw the reaction, I think, of the boy. He liked it obviously, and so that's the most important.
He made his season.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. At least his.
You've already spoken about it being a big game and players relishing it, and obviously the Anfield factor. How much do you relish these occasions and the challenge as a manager of putting your wits in against somebody doing it?
A lot, actually. That's what I enjoy most. I think I mentioned it plenty of times because everybody knows it anyway. So there are so many things that are much more important than football in life. But in around these football games, we all pull ourselves out a little bit out of this sometimes not so nice reality, and dig into this game. And I really like that. That's when football is the most important thing for these 95, 98 minutes, whatever. I love that. And yeah, you're right. Obviously, the whole world will watch it, and I would watch it if I'm not here. So that's a big game, and I'm really looking forward to it.
In terms of the challenges that United face, a lot's been written, a lot's been said about the form of Marcus Rashford since the World Cup. As the opposing manager, what sort of problems does he pose for you in preparing for obviously the World Cup?
First of all, it's difficult I would say pretty much impossible to be happy about something positive at Man United when you are the Liverpool manager. I'm here for 7.5 years, so it's not that I watch them and hope they win or whatever. But to be honest, I'm really happy for Rashford because he had a very difficult last year where he obviously was not performing on the level he's able to perform. And I knew this will change again, but sometimes in life you don't have enough time to change it, but here he was, and now he's playing incredible. So his speed, his technique, the mix-up of everything, how calm he is now in front of the goal. He scores worldies, he scores the simple ones, he's there, he has to put his head in, all these kind of things. So that means, again, we played obviously before against world-class offensive players, and if you try to do that in a 1-1 situation, then you will always be on the wrong end of it. So we have to defend that collectively. It's not the only decisive player, so they have pretty much like Fernandes' movements are really smart, where he shows up, where he is surprisingly, all of a sudden he's there or there, and Casemiro obviously linking up all the stuff there. Whoever's playing next to Casemiro will be a good footballer. Fred, Sabitzer, McTominay, whatever. Obviously, Eriksen is a miss because he played a really good season until then, and then the last line, altogether the defending, the man marking, the man orientated way they defend makes it really physical. And then the counter-attacks and the other winger, whoever it will be, Nacho, Sancho, and up front the Dutch fella, really physical, and these guys, it's a good setup. It's obviously not a team built for the next 20 years because of the players they signed. It's for now, but now they're really good.
Thank you.
Jurgen, you've spoken a lot about Manchester United as far as Liverpool is concerned. You've got a good set of results going into this. Momentum obviously changing, confidence obviously coming back as well. And you've spoken a lot about what's achievable. The fact top four is achievable. It gives that sort of clarity to give, as you've spoken about in recent weeks, about giving everything that you have to achieve that.
First of all, I usually don't speak about them, so that's only when somebody asks me. It doesn't happen too often. It's not on my free will. Yeah, you're right. I said before the last game, this is a week where I would like to give the season a proper push, and with the last game and the way it went and the result, obviously we did that, and now we have to make the next steps. There's no doubt about it that it's nothing is done yet, but that's good. It's good for us. So yes, we have strong opponents, United, others will come. We have to go to other places and these kind of things. But we all know in football everything is possible. So we just have to make sure that we are always 100% ready, and that we wanted this little bit more than the other guys, and that we use in home game moments our crowd and in the right manner, and that we really go for it. And there's so much things are possible. Nobody knows where we will end up. But I said I would like to squeeze everything out of the season, and that means finish as high as you somehow can, and that but nobody knows where it will be in a moment. So we just have to make the steps, the decisive steps, and the next one is another decisive one, and then we go from there, because then the next game is coming up, and we go to Bournemouth, which is super important, and all these kind of things. So I'm really fine. How I said, it's much better to sit here and facing your questions when you won the last game. Absolutely, so much better. So that's my first motivation. That's why I want to win it. That we have a press conference after, and I don't have to look in your faces and answer all the average rubbish questions. So I will tell the boys that they can make my life a little bit easier. But on top of that, obviously we have 5 million reasons why we want to win this game, and let's give it a try.
They could use that as part of it, couldn't they, that you wouldn't want to face us?
They know already. I told them plenty of times. Yeah. When we lose a game and I have to go outside and make 7 TV interviews, I tell them thank you very much for that.
Jurgen, there's only 3 points at stake on Sunday. 3 points for beating United, the same as everybody else, but it could really help to bring added buoyancy to this push for the top 4, couldn't it? Because of the belief that it gives to everybody involved in the club. If you get that, it could give it could be a big boost in it.
Your question is pretty much the answer. Shall I repeat it? No, you're right. You're right.
But you've got it from the inside, and you can see the
Yeah. I tell you after when we won it. I tell you after how big the push was. Well, I don't know now, but it's good. It's difficult. It will be difficult. So we cannot sit here and do like we did it already. But they are good.
You've had big victories.
Yeah, we had. Like the last few weeks, where we didn't win. Were you too much interested? I know you knew about what we did. We can talk about. Thank God nobody talks about the results we had against them last year. But when we lost then in the season, the first game, nobody was interested at all how we played there last year. That's how it is. So yes, they play a better season than us so far. But thank God, that means absolutely nothing for the game on Sunday. So, and we have our own targets, yes, and it would be a boost, 100%. But it would, today and tomorrow and on Sunday, most important, we have to make sure that we really show that it's still incredibly difficult to play against us. Because when we played there, it looked incredibly difficult to play against them. But we have to make sure that they realize, again, it's really not a joy to face them, in this case us.
Have you been surprised at how Erik ten Hag has so rapidly changed Manchester United ground?
I didn't think too much about it, to be honest. Surprised, probably not. When you see go through the team, how could they not be good? You tell me now one player where you think, oh, what is he doing there? So they're really experienced. They have quality, and a good way of play. So, and a new way to defend. I think that the difference between what they did in the last years and what they did now, what they are doing now, and defensively is a massive difference, because it's properly man-orientated, and then with the ball, just quality and a good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea, and but super experienced players came in, like Eriksen and Casemiro. That's like they were all over the world, especially Casemiro, everywhere successful. I think everybody knew how good a player Eriksen is. Rashford is in form of his life. So if that's the case, and for sure influenced by Erik ten Hag as well. But when my players perform well, it's not that I feel, oh, I did that. So Eric will know that Rashford is a real talent, and now he's there. Sancho went through a difficult spell, so it's a really good team. How could they not be successful? To be honest, but again, they have to play us, and I would like to show that that's different in a positive way for us. Okay.
At the back.
Says his full name. Do you realize that I don't want to talk about them, but that I constantly get asked about it? I know. Just sorry, Carl at the back.
They are the opposition on Sunday. They're the strongest they've been since you've been here. Does that, considering the history between the two clubs and what you said about you can't be happy about things being good at United, but does that make the rivalry better? You know, they're now more competitive.
Yeah, great. United is doing well. Oh. I didn't miss them. I'm not sure if they're the best. I think on the Jose they were second, weren't they? Yeah, and Jose was there. They finished the season second.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was pretty good. They won the European League that year as well. So, yeah, 17.
2017.
I still can remember it. Look, that's how impactful their success is. Now it's all okay. What was your question? It makes the rivalry more. No.
Yeah, England's two.
Yeah. Oh, you said it now. What did you say? England's two?
Most successful.
What?
England's two most successful clubs.
Ah, good. I didn't have to say that. Yeah, it's all good. I can imagine. Look, it's really a little like when I saw now, and I don't read a lot, but when you see them from time to time, everything what they are doing is great, fantastic, and I can imagine how annoying that was when in the last few years when we were there and everybody was talking, Klopp is doing this and Klopp is doing that. Wow, outstanding, and bringing in young players and doing this. It's really like so, and that's now it's completely fine. They deserve it. I deserve where they are. They won the points. They play good football like all the others as well. They're Arsenal. My God, they are flying, and having results and playing real good football. I respect that a lot. Man City is Man City, playing good football and are there as well. So this is not where we are this year, but okay, we were there the last few years, so we want to go there again, 100%. But apart from that, I couldn't be lesser interested in what they are doing. I just respect what they do. Then we analyze it. If it doesn't take too long, I have time for an analyze meeting in a few minutes. And then we go through it, and then we will try to find a way how we can cause them more problems than we did in the first game when we played them. So, and that's my only thing I'm thinking about when United comes up in my mind, and nothing else.
You can't. David?
Yeah, can I just ask about Fabinho? He was very good in midweek. Is there a feeling he's sort of getting back to his best?
It is. It's obvious. So when I spoke about it, it's a bit strange when I say that Fabinho is not his best. It's like, oh, he said it. Everybody could see it. So why should I not say the obvious stuff? And now everybody can see Fab is getting back. So that's exactly what we need, obviously. So we spoke a second ago about Rashford, and now, okay, it's a different position, but things like this happen. You cannot explain it really, just there, it happens. And now I was so happy about the last game of Fabinho. I was so happy because so many things were exactly like we need him, bringing the long foot in here and all these kind of things. It was a really good game. And that's exactly how we were used to have him. So the lighthouse, the Hoover, all these kinds of things. There's a point when you take things just for granted. You lose the ball there, yeah, no problem, because there's Fabinho, and we have the ball again. So, and of course you miss these kind of things in moments when it's not there. And how can you be prepared for that? Oh, it's not cool. And don't have 5 6s in the club or stuff like this. Number 6 in the club. So was really good, and I'm really happy for him and happy for us that he looks really like the old one again.
James, last one.
Yeah, just actually, there was a stat this week that Liverpool have gone the longest out of any Premier League team without a penalty. It's come out for a year. It was Watford last April. Did you find that strange?
Yeah. So with all the, I'm not sure we spoke about it. I spoke to somebody else about it, but with all the bad stats we have this year, until last week or 2 weeks ago, we still have the second most possession, second most shots on goal, second most shots in general, crosses, bam. We are still stats-wise really up there. So we are very often in the opposition box. I have no clue how that can happen, but it happened. So we can't. We won the last game 2-0, but I have so many strange moments in the game. So not a penalty-wise. I don't think it was a penalty or whatever. I didn't see these kind of situations back, but so many strange decisions. Wow, how is that possible? And but you just take it, and especially when you win, you don't talk about it and you don't think really about it. But not getting a penalty for that long time is funny. Yeah, but I don't think we've got particularly a lot of penalties like in my whole time since I'm here. And we had periods where we were living in the opposite box pretty much. But Still not, but yeah, I cannot change that, obviously. So we will see. That's cool that somebody else found the stats and we didn't have to mention it. By the way, we didn't get a penalty, really. So this way it's better.
Thank James. We'll move on to a brief